Broadcasting live from the Meridix via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. Apologies for getting on late. Having some connection issues in here. For some reason, my laptop will not allow my phone to connect as a mobile hotspot, so I'm having to use the Metro Public Wi-Fi, and the Metro Public Wi-Fi here on Rink 1 in Bellevue sucks, so the signal is probably going to drop throughout the night, so just go ahead and bear with that. But as always, I'm doing offline recordings, so you'll get the whole game later up in podcast. But we're about to start the Predators Cup Losers Bracket semifinal between Father Ryan and Brentwood, as it is game one of a triple-header for us tonight. At 6:50, it is the Hein Cup Losers Bracket semifinal between Summit Page and the Tennessee Outlaws, and then at 8:25, the Predators Cup Winners Bracket final between Ravenwood and Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. As we're about to start this one, Payne Fielder in goal for Brentwood. Luke Anderson in goal for Father Ryan. For this first period, Brentwood will carry the puck from my left to right. Father Ryan from my right to left. As the game is underway, and Father Ryan carried the puck in, and a shot hit the post. I'm not sure who. I was looking down to get the game tracker going here. But the 7-seeded Irish looking to continue to surprise as they are taking on the 4-seeded Bruins. Puck on the far side in the Brentwood zone, fired past the net from the right half wall by Ethan Webb. Now here's Jack Schultz out at center. Now Zane Cesaroni into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side, dropping it back. Stevie Lipa left circle, kicking it down to the inboards behind the net. Schultz now out on the far boards for Callahan Fielder, but knocked away from him, and Katie Cummings is going to clear. Kyle Barberite tracking it down inside his own zone, passing to the far side, and Stevie Lipa, who passes ahead to Luke Ohoffen, playing a bunch of his old Father Ryan teammates here. He sends it across the front of the net, trying to get a tip from Aiden Pustici, who I don't think was expecting that pass. Now Pustici at center, passing to the near side, Owen Seeley. Seeley. Now Larson Smith, now Seeley. Cross ice, diagonal forward pass to Dominic Kamsu that Kamsu watches go into the Father Ryan zone. It's on the left wing side. Austin Hester with it. As it poked away, Hester gets it back. Looked like he cleared it out, but Luke Oven was just able to keep it atop the blue line, send it back in. Now Kamsu high slot a shot over the net. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. And it's cleared out. Here's Austin Hester now leading a 2-on-1 back into the Brentwood zone. Puts it in front. JT Smith, shot, stop, rebound, score! Colton Edwards, the trailer. Hester backhanded over to Schmidt. Had a stick save made by Payne Fielder. But Colton Edwards was the trailer, and he puts it into the back of the net. And it's 1-0 Father Ryan with 12:06 to go in the first. Irish win the draw, get it into the Brentwood zone. Stevie Lipa on the far side at center. Carries it into the Father Ryan zone, got knocked down to the blue line. Puck cleared out. Connor Allen, another ex-Fighting Irish player, sending it back in. Ethan Webb across. Now ahead for Colin Sullivan, who is inside the Brentwood zone now on the right wing side. Sends it down the wall. Joey Magnano in the right wing corner. Puck knocked away from him. Comes up to the right point. Ethan Webb, a one-timer that would hit a man in front, hit Barberite. Clearing attempt held in at the left point. Alton Worth, a shot tipped on goal by Colin Sullivan. Stopped and held on to by Payne Fielder. 11:28 to go in the first. Father Ryan up 1-0. Draws to the left of Fielder. One by Brentwood. They get it clear. It's in the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Jack Schultz with it. Puck in the left wing corner. Callahan fielder up, had it swept away by Carter Middleton, who clears. Puck trickles back into the Brentwood zone. Dominic Kamsu beats Parker Causey to it. Comes around to the near side. Kamsu through center into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing. Puck poked away by Merrick McCullers. Puck behind the net. Passed up to the left point. Sebi McClure, shot blocked. Still managed to send it back towards the net, but it was knocked down by Harper Howard. And the puck's out at center, brought back in by Schultz, sent towards the boards, but Ryan Whalen intercepts. Zane Cicerone on the far side. Battling away, sending it back down the wall to the left wing corner, but Ryan Whalen comes up with it, sends it around to the near side. Here's Parker Causey. Puck's going to be carried out by Austin Hester. Hester now at center, makes his way to the far side. In the Brentwood zone on the right wing, up near the wall. Around the back of the net, puts it out in front. Held in Colton Edwards, who has the goal. Tried to send it down low, intercepted by Aiden Pustizzi and carried to center. Pustizzi round all defenders, into the Father Ryan zone, a shot missed the net. Big break there for the Irish as Pustizzi couldn't find the back of the net. Now here is Colton Edwards, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Stops in the left wing corner, puts it out in front of the backhander, score! I don't know who it is just yet. It's Hester. He put it in front for Hester, who got off a backhander off the stick, I think. A Payne fielder into the back of the net, and it's 2-0 Father Ryan with 9:40 to go in the first. The Fighting Irish opened this Preds Cup with an 8-1 loss to Ravenwood 2 weeks ago today, but they are looking like they're going to be among the final three here. Here's Kyle Barberite. Sending the puck back into the Father Ryan zone. It's behind the net. Alton Worth sending it around back to the near side, and it's out at center. Kyle Barberite's going to track it down. Chris Orm is absent. I was not told why. As Stevie Lipa's pass was tipped to the red line by Luke Ohoffen. Puck behind the Father Ryan net. Put out in front for Lipa. Lipa now moving towards the right wing corner. Put it behind the net. Ethan Webb tried to clear, held into the left point by Barberite, sent back down the wall. Now Webb on the far side, backhands it around to the near side. Here's Colin Sullivan. Ahead to Katie Cummings, who deflects it out to center. Brentwood regain control. Here's Lipa. Puck got away from him, poked away inside the Father Ryan zone. Oh, then fumbled by J.T. Schmidt. Comes back to Lipa. Lipa on the right wing, trying to put it out in front. And it went off a stick on its way to the far side. And now flipped ahead by Colton Edwards. Now J.T. Schmidt, left wing side, put in front. Oh, it's set wide by Edwards. I'm sorry, it was Hester flipping it through the air from his own zone. And then Schmidt fires it over the net from the left circle. It was almost 3-0 Father Ryan. This top line for the Irish just torturing Brentwood right now in the early going. Pass ahead, Aiden Pustizzi off his stick, back into the Father Ryan zone. Ryan Whalen tried to clear it out. Here's Lucas Bowen in front of shot, stopped and held on to by Luke Anderson, and that is the first shot on goal for Brentwood. Took them 6 minutes and 1 second to get it. 2-0 Father Ryan with 7:59 to go in the first. Draw is to the right of Anderson. One by the Irish, but given away, and a shot turned away by Anderson. Puck now in the right wing corner. Hester with it. Austin Hester. Exiting the zone, taps it over. Edwards, I'm sorry, Schmidt. Schmidt shoots it past the net to the left of Payne fielder. Edwards now on the left wing. Comes up the wall towards the left point. Ryan Whalen battling with Ty Essenmacher. Here's Lucas Bowman, tried to clear, but he gives it right to Schmidt. Now Edwards in the slot, a soft shot, missed the net to the left of Payne fielder. A Brentwood stick came down and slowed that shot up and helped deflect it past the net. Puck back in the Irish zone. Father Ryan able to clear it out. Owen Seeley at center, passing to the far side. Dominic Kamsu. Kamsu knocked into the boards by Harper Howard. Puck in the Father Ryan zone now. Kamsu tried to put it in front for Ty Essemacher, but that was deflected by the stick of Merrick McCullers. And Father Ryan come up with it again. Here's Parker Causey at center. Into the Brentwood zone. Chips it to the end boards. Puck now behind the net, and here is Dominic Kamsu. Now Ty Essemacher, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, a shot blockered away, rebound sent past the wide open net by Kamsu. Kamsu now with a shot from the left point that's blocked. And the puck backhanded out by Alton Worth. Callahan fielder dumps it back into the Father Ryan zone. It's in the left wing corner, Worth. Trying to clear, held into the left point by Lipa. Lipa decides to send it. Cross corner dump in from the left point, but it's cleared out by the Irish. And it'll be an icing against Father Ryan. 5:56 to go in the first, still 2-0, Fighting Irish. Here come the Irish. Troy Magnano chipping it on goal from center. Stopped and held onto by Payne Fielder. Draws to the right of Fielder. One by Brentwood. They clear it out. It's going to be an icing, though. Stevie Lipa clearing it out from his own right wing corner. Draws to the left of Fielder. Brentwood with it, carried to center. Here's Larson Smith into the Father Ryan zone. Puck poked off his stick. Troy Magnano clears. It's a foot race. It's going to be icing. Colin Sullivan and Kyle Barberite were going after it, but they were too far behind the puck, so icing. 5:18 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draw is going to be to Luke Anderson's right. Puck goes over to the near boards. Colton Edwards fell over chasing after it. He has it now. Flicks it ahead to Austin Hester, who manages to get it out, but Larson Smith had it for a moment. Hester has it back. Hester past the red line into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Falls over. Puck sent around to the near boards. Here is Alton Worth, left point. Oh, and for some reason, JT Schmidt tried a deflection. All he did was give it away to Larson Smith. Now here's Aiden Bustizzi exiting the zone, of 3-on-1. Right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, a shot over the net. Dominic Kamsu sending it back down low, behind the net. Puck squirts out. Here's Bowman, a shot from the left circle. I don't think that hit Anderson's left leg pad. I think it hit the back of one of Ethan Webb's skates. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. Cleared out by Bowman. Dumped back in by Webb, even though a couple of his teammates have to get back on side. Father Ryan will make a change. Here's Kamsu passing up the near side. Aiden Bustizzi with a shot, gloved and held on to by Luke Anderson. 4:11 to go in the first, still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draws to the left of Luke Anderson. And Father Ryan come up with it, but it's knocked away from Parker Causey at center. Now it's back in the Father Ryan zone, and A drop back pass to Merrick McCullers was almost swiped by Lucas Bowman. Father Ryan managed to clear it out again. Essenmacher dumbing it down low. Here's Lucas Bowman passing up to the left point. Stevie Lipa. Lipa shot. Hit the stick of Ty Essenmacher. Now here's Carter Middleton to center. Middleton backhands it into the Brentwood zone. He gets driven into the boards by Lipa. Now Connor Allen at center. Into the Father Ryan zone, left wing side. His shot steered away by Anderson. Brentwood now have more shots on goal than Father Ryan, 7-5, but they trail 2-0. Puck in the right wing corner. Held in by Jack Schultz. Went across to the far side. Merrick McCullers now near the left wing corner, sending it back around to the near side boards. Kyle Barberite intercepts. Barberite poked off his stick, gets back to it. Sends it towards the inboards. Ryan Whalen takes it away from Lucas Bowman. Gets it out to the far side. Now here's Stevie Lipa kicking it back behind the net. Now Lipa comes out to the right circle. Backhands it up to the right point. Barberite sent back down the wall. Lipa. Got it over to Fielder. Put it in his skates though. Callahan Fielder, I mean. And it's going to be carried out now by McCullers. McCullers crossing the red line. Shoots it just past the net from center, past the Brentwood net. Oh, and now a steal by Joey Mignano inside the Brentwood zone. His shot blocked. Held in Ethan Webb. Tapped it over to the near boards, but stolen and carried out by Zane Cesaroni. Cesaroni back into the Father Ryan zone. Sends it across the front of the net from the right wing boards. Austin Hester. Hester back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Left the puck behind him. JT Schmidt forced off it. Now Dominic Kamsu flipping it ahead back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing. Puts it in front, but Zane Cesaroni had been pushed away from the net, nudged away from it by Ethan Webb. Clearing attempt knocked down to the blue line by Larson Smith. Sent back down into the right wing corner. Puck held in at the right point. Owen Seeley shot at the skates of Ethan Webb in front. Aiden Bustizzi keeping it in. Around the back of the net he goes. Passes it over to the left corner. Sent across the front of the net. Bustizzi one time from the right wing boards. Blocked in front. Alton Worth tried to get it ahead to JT Schmidt, but it misses Schmidt. Goes back into the Brentwood zone. Icing waved off. Puck picked up by Kamsu. Sent up the near side. Bustizzi, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. His shot blocked by Ryan Whalen. Last minute of the first. Here's Luke Olhoffen up. The puck had just gone over the blue line and was carried back in offside by Olhoffen. 51.9 seconds to go in the first. Still 2-0 Father Ryan. In front of the bleachers across from the Father Ryan bench. Won by the Irish. Colin Sullivan brings it into the Brentwood zone. Now Joey Mignano shot in the left point off the right leg pad of Payne Fielder, And Colin Sullivan tried to wrap around, came out to the left-hand side of the net. Fielder denied him. 30 seconds left in the period. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. Stevie Lipa coming out to the far side. He's at center. Into the Father Ryan zone. Forced away from the net by Ryan Whalen. Here's a shot in the left circle. Larson Smith, that missed the net. Kyle Barberite trying to get in front. Put it in front for Smith, but it's stolen by Joey Mignano, and he'll clear, and that is it for the first. A surprising start by Father Ryan. Colton Edwards scoring the first goal nearly 2 minutes in, and then just over a couple minutes later, Austin Hester making it 2-0. So Father Ryan leading Brentwood 2-0 at the end of one of the Predators Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. Let's go over the scores from last week. Since I did not get a chance to do that because I was fighting this stupid laptop with connection problems. Well, my damn laptop won't bring it up, so last Monday, it was winners bracket semifinal day. In the Hein Cup winners bracket semifinals, Centennial beat Nolensville Lipscomb 5-4. USNBA Nashville Christian beat the Tennessee Outlaws 5-2. In the Preds Cup winners bracket semis, it was Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon beating Pope Prep CPA GCA 2-0, and Ravenwood beating Montgomery Bell 7-1. Then on Wednesday, on the losers bracket quarterfinals, it was Father Ryan beating Pope Prep CPA GCA 4-1. Tennessee Outlaws beating Hendersonville Beach 7-3. Brentwood beating Montgomery Bell 3-0. And Summit Page beating Nolensville Lipscomb 6-3. Second period is underway. Puck in the Father Ryan zone. It's behind the net. Jack Schultz, right wing corner. Now the puck out at center. JT Schmidt swipes it away, but he swiped it too hard. Dominic Kamsu intercepts, sends it back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck comes up to the right point. Aiden Bustiti now walking down the right wing, sending it past the net to the right of Luke Anderson. Puck cleared out, went off the stick of Sevy McClure at center, so it's back into the Brentwood zone. No icing. Colton Edwards sending it behind the net, picked up by Dominic Kamsu. Now here is Aiden Bustiti, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Puck knocked away from him. Schmidt clears. Austin Hester pokes it ahead. It's in the Brentwood zone, but cleared out immediately by Sevy McClure. Dumped back in by Schmidt. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. It's in the right wing corner. Ethan Webb sending it around to the near side. Puck on the near boards. Here's Parker Causey clearing. It's in the Brentwood zone, but it's going to slow way down before it gets to the goal line. Stevie Lipa overskates it, catches up to it eventually in the left wing corner. Lipa drops it back behind the net. Callahan fielder. Ahead to Luke Olhoff, and Olhoff his skates. He didn't see it. Harper Howard dumps it to the right wing corner. Dominic Kamsu with it now. Kamsu brings it to center, into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing. Gets off a shot. It's off the right shoulder of Luke Anderson into the netting above the glass. 11:55 to go in the second. 2-0. Father Ryan. Draws to the left of Anderson. Puck at the left point. Stevie Lipa fires it down. Connor Allen's shot hit the back of the net, but not the correct side of the back of the net. Lucas Bowman's shot into traffic, knocked down. Clearing attempt. Out to center. Now Colin Sullivan, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Stops in the right circle, waits for help. Backhands it to the slot. Joey Manano, a shot in front. Katie Cummings, it flipped over her stick. She gets it back to Sullivan, who puts it behind the net. Puck over on the far boards, picked up by Ty Essenmacher. Across to Lipa. Lipa, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, up, offside. Connor Allen had gone in before Lipa. 11:11 to go in the second, still 2-0. Father Ryan. Puck in the Brentwood zone, picked up by Kyle Barberite. Passes up the far side. Zane Cicerone as it's swiped away by Austin Hester. Hester around the back of his own net. Carries it out to center on the near side. He's in the Brentwood zone, but lost the puck, trying to move to the slot. Hands it back to Schmidt. Now here's Edwards trying to put it in front for Hester. It went off, it's sticking up in the air. Callahan Fielder brings it out to center. Fielder had it knocked away from him. Oh, but brought back into the Father Ryan zone, offside by Jack Schultz. Zane Cicerone into the zone when Fielder had the puck knocked away from him and got in too deep to get out before Schultz could bring the puck in. 10:39 to go in the second, still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draw one by the Irish. Colton Edwards brings it into the Brentwood zone. Taken away by Larson Smith. Passed ahead. Olhoffen, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Shot missed the net to the right of Anderson. Puck out in the right wing corner. Austin Hester had it knocked away from him by Pustici. So Hester pins the puck up against the kick plate. Allows it to come loose, and here is a pass ahead to JT Schmidt at center. Schmidt, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Gets around. Kamsu gets off a backhander that misses the net to the right of Payne Fielder. Puck out at center. Pustici brings it back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. It poked away by Colin Sullivan. Sullivan passing it up the far boards back into the Brentwood zone. And when Seeley gets to it ahead of Joey Mugnano, Mugnano gets in a poke to get it behind the net and force Seeley to drop back behind his own cage. Now Dominic Kamsu, stretch pass ahead to Aiden Bustici in the Father Ryan zone. Shot! Looked like it went off the right shoulder of Anderson into the netting above the glass. Kamsu found Pustici all alone at the Father Ryan blue line, but Pustici looked like he put it off the right arm of Anderson, and out of play it went. 9:31 to go in the second, still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draw to the left of Anderson. Father Ryan with it. Colin Sullivan passing across. Katie Cummings. She's out at center. Cummings past the red line. Dumps it into the Brentwood zone. Puck out on the far boards. Lucas Bowman trying to clear it out. Tyesemacher held in at the left point by Joey Mugnano, but he dropped it down the wall, and it was intercepted by Kyle Barbarite. Barbarite now in the Father Ryan zone, and the slot shot kicked away by Anderson with a left leg pad. Barbarite passing in front. Lipa put it in front. Oh, Lucas Bowman had the left-hand side of the net wide open, but he watched the puck go across the front of his skates and into the right wing corner. Brought back in on the left wing side by Barbarite. Barbarite shot off the left leg pad of Anderson. Connor Allen sending it over to the right wing corner. Merrick McCullers tried to clear, held in at the right point, but knocked away and out by Colin Sullivan. He knocked it away from Lipa and out. Now Tyesemacher brings it back in. Essenmacher had it poked away. And the puck cleared into the Brentwood bench by Merrick McCullers. 8:23 to go in the second. Still 2-0 Father Ryan. Father Ryan have knocked off the 6 seed Franklin BGA. They have knocked off the 5 seed Pope Prep CPA GCA. Now trying to knock off the 4 seed Brentwood. Draws to the left of Anderson. Draw one by the Irish, but given away to Brentwood inside the zone. But Harper Howard manages to get to it and clear. And then Sevi McClure, I thought he was going to send it into his own bench. It's in the Father Ryan zone, but immediately cleared out again. It's in the Brentwood zone. Dominic Kamsu with it. Around the back of his own net, he fell over behind his own net. Now he has it again. Clears it out. Carter Middleton gets in front of him, sends it back into the Brentwood zone. Sevi McClure clears. Here's Jack Schultz. Knocked away from him. It's back in the Brentwood zone. Kamsu with it. Carrying it back into the Father Ryan end on the left wing side. Pass across, misses everybody. Harper Howard can't clear. Held into the right point by Sevi McClure. His shot gloved and held on to by Anderson. 7:36 to go in the second. Still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draw's going to be to Anderson's left. Big tie up for the puck off the draw. Irish win it. They try and clear. Held into the right point by Sevi McClure. Pass down the wall. Larson Smith sends it across the front of the net. Aiden Pustici going to get there first. Pass out to the slot. Intercepted and carried out by Colton Edwards. Edwards across to JT Schmidt. That was broken up by Kyle Barbarite. Barbarite now left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Backhands it out in front. Luke Anderson knocks away with a stickers. Pustici a shot. Hit Anderson along the upper body and went into the netting above the glass. May have gone off his mask and over. 7:08 to go in the second. Still 2-0 Father Ryan. Draws to the right of Anderson. One by Brentwood. Up we get a shot. And we're going to have a penalty against Father Ryan, it looks like. Alton Worth is going to go to the box for interference. That's the first penalty of the game. Comes with 7:04 to go in the second. Brentwood getting the first power play. They need a goal here. They're trailing 2-0. Oh, and I think that power play's dead now. Larson Smith's going to go to the box. He knocked the stick out of the hand of Ryan Whalen from in front of the net. It's a slashing call. So it'll be 4-on-4 for a minute 50. Draws to the left of Payne Fielder. Dominic Hempstead tried to stretch past Aiden Bustici. It goes for an icing. So the draw is back in the Brentwood zone. Now there's Aiden Bustici in the Father Ryan zone. In front of shot, stopped by Anderson. Closed the 5-hole on him. Father Ryan win the draw and send it down ice for an icing. Here's Luke Olhoffen, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. To the front of the net, shot, score! Olhoffen scoring against his former teammates. Burying it in the bottom corner on the right-hand side of the net. Brentwood on the board at last. It's 2-1 Father Ryan with 6:12 to go in the second. Draw one by Brentwood here. Olhoffen, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, trying to put it in front, but Aiden Bustici couldn't get a stick on it. Right wing side, a shot turned away by Anderson from Kyle Barberite. Father Ryan trying to get the puck out. They do. Ethan Webb backhanding it over to the right wing side. JT Smith, a shot, went across the front of the net. Payne Fielder put a blocker on it, held in Austin Hester. Passing across to the right wing side, and Schmidt put in front. Ethan Webb, a shot stopped. Trying to bury the rebound. It's cleared away, held in though. Sent back to the right wing side. Cleared out by Brentwood. Bustici now in the Father Ryan zone. In front of shot, stopped. Rebound, score. Lipa on the follow-up. And Brentwood have tied it. Took them 50 seconds to get the equalizer. And it's 2-2 with 5:22 to go in the second. Still a 4-on-4 here for 19 more seconds. And then Father Ryan will get a very brief power play. Oh, there's a new penalty against Father Ryan. Austin Hester is in the box, but that should have been a 4-on-3. Oh, Dominic Kamsu sending it across the front of the Father Ryan net. Now Kamsu passing to the right point. Ty Essenmacher a shot, blocked in front. Callahan fielder tried to pass across, hit a Father Ryan body. Now Ryan Whalen is passing it to center for Colin Sullivan, knocked away from him. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They're now on the power play for over a minute and 20 seconds. Here's Larson Smith, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Smith backhanding it out to the far wall, and Luke Ohoffen. Ohoffen knocked down. Now Smith with it again, backing up towards the blue line. Under a minute left of the power play for Brentwood. Lipa out high. Moving down, hands it off Barberite. Now Lipa back across to the right point, Smith. Smith a shot turned away by Anderson. Lipa now behind the net. Puck knocked away from him by Alton Worth, who whips it around the boards and out. Back into the Brentwood zone it goes, tracked down by Kyle Barberite. 30 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Stevie Lipa dumps it back into the Father Ryan zone. It's behind the net. Comes out to the slot. Cleared out by Ethan Webb. Here's Barberite behind the net. Passing it ahead to Lipa. Lipa back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck poked away from him. Webb clears. Here's JT Schmidt. Penalty time against Father Ryan. He's up as Schmidt gets off a shot. Knocked down by the glove of fielder, and he decides to cover. 3:18 to go in the second. Still 2-2. Draw one by Brentwood. They get it out. It was to the left of fielder. Father Ryan take it, send it back in. Dominic Kamsu sending it around the boards to the near side. Held in. Oh, put in front. Oh, and Colton Edwards shot it just wide from in front. The centering pass came from JT Schmidt on the right half wall. Edwards behind the net. Now here's Hester. Comes out to the left circle, past the slot. Schmidt a shot, score! JT Schmidt fires it into the back of the net. And now all three members of Father Ryan's top line have scored. And the Irish go back in front 3-2 with 2:49 left in the second. Here's Zane Cicerone, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Around the back of the net. Out to the left wing. Passes across. Owen Seeley a shot. Stopped and held onto by Anderson. Draws to the left of Anderson. Bodies falling all over the place off the draw. Here's Alton Worth getting the puck away from Jack Schultz. Now Worth, whiffed on a clearing attempt. Still has the puck. Tried to get it ahead. It came over to a friendly stick, the stick of Joey Magnano. Now Colin Sullivan driving it back towards his own net, and Worth over to Ryan Whalen. Whalen brings it out to center. Now here's Magnano. Trying to pass ahead to Katie Cummings. It was broken up with a stick of Schultz. Callahan Fielder behind the net. Puck out on the far side. Colin Sullivan passing across, but couldn't get it to Magnano. Lipa holding it in. Stevie Lipa. Shakes off a hit attempt. Puck over on the far boards. Cleared out by Alton Worth. Here's Kyle Barberite bringing it back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck got away from him. The Irish try to clear. Here's Magnano now. Magnano backhanding up the boards. Held in at the right point. And a one-timer sent past the net by Callahan Fielder. Puck coming around to the far boards. And the Irish ice it. .76 seconds left in the second. 3-2 Father Ryan. Draws to the left of Anderson. Won by Father Ryan. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Held in, but comes to Austin Hester, who passes ahead to JT Schmidt. Schmidt now into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Patch the crossbow. Put in front for Colton Edwards. Off his stick and past the net. Puck comes up to the left point. Merrick McCullers, but it's taken away and cleared out by Ty Essenmacher. Lucas Bowman now with it on the right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. In front of shot and missed the net. Puck comes off the glass out in front. Essenmacher's shot, I think it was blocked. We're inside the final minute of the second. Puck out at center. Pass across, broken up with a stick of JT Schmidt, but it comes to Dominic Campsu anyway. Campsu, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, whiffs on it. Connor Allen whiffed on it. Clearing attempt knocked down to the blue line by Sevi McClure. Here's Merritt McCullers whipping it around to the far side and out. Under 30 seconds left in the period. Campsu now. Ahead to Aiden Bustiti. Had to go off his stick back into the Irish zone. Cleared out. And now is JT Schmidt, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. A shot! Gloved and held on to by Fielder. 15.1 seconds to go in the second. It is still 3-2 Father Ryan. Draw to the left of Fielder. One of the Irish, a one-timer from Ethan Webb, hit the left leg pad of Fielder. Colin Sullivan now trying to put the puck in front. Harper Howard, a shot stopped. And it's covered up by Fielder. Draws to the right of Fielder. Big tie up for the puck off the draw. Brentwood clear, and that's going to be it for the second. Well, Brentwood scored twice in 50 seconds to tie it. First Luke Ohoffen and then Stevie Lipa, but then JT Schmidt a few minutes later gave Father Ryan the lead back. So it is 3-2 Father Ryan over Brentwood after two in the Predators Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. Oh my goodness. Finally, I managed to reconnect. As we're underway with the third period here. And they score, Brentwood, right away! Aiden Pustici. Puck came to him with a slot. He one-times it into the bottom corner on the left-hand side of the net. And it takes Brentwood just 7 seconds to tie the game up. At 3. Folks, for some reason, the password on my mobile hotspot changed as Colton Edwards with a steal in the Brentwood zone. Oh, but Kyle Barber got it behind him. Oh, the puck comes to the crease. The paint fielder covers. So Brentwood almost give the lead back as soon as they tie the game up. So, yeah, the password on my mobile hotspot had been reset for some dumb reason. But we do have a connection now. We are live, thank goodness. Whew. JT Schmidt sending the puck back into the Brentwood zone from center. So if you've been listening this whole time, I apologize for the connection issues, but I think we've got them figured out now, thank goodness. Here's Luke O'Hoffman, who scored one of the Brentwood goals. Back into the Father Ryan zone, gets pushed into the boards. Pustici now a shot, blocked away by Luke Anderson. Puck cleared out to center. Here's Kyle Barber with it. Backhands it back into the Father Ryan zone. Pustici had to get back on side. Father Ryan jumped out to a 2-0 lead within the first 5 minutes of the first. Goals from Colton Edwards and Austin Hester. They held that lead until past the midway point of the second, just past the midway point, when Luke O'Hoffman up. Here's Aiden Pustici now down the Father Ryan. Slot a shot over the net. They held that lead until past the halfway point of the second. Oh, got a hold up here. Kyle Barber moving down the left wing, passing over Pustici on the right wing. Puck hopped away from his stick. Now it's over on the far side. JT Schmidt clears. Brentwood scored twice in 50 seconds, exactly 50 seconds past the halfway point of the second. Icing called against the Irish. Luke O'Hoffman scored the first goal, then Stevie Lipa tied things up 50 seconds later, but then about 3 minutes after that, JT Schmidt gave the Irish the lead back, but now, very early on here in the third, Aiden Pustici has tied things back up. 12:19 left in regulation, draws to the right of Anderson. Here's Zane Cesaroni behind the Irish net. Passing it up to the right point, Owen Seeley. Back down to Cesaroni, whose shot attempt went off a stick and ended up behind the net. Now on the far side, Callahan Fielder putting it behind the net. Puck out on the right point and shot over the net by Owen Seeley. Shot from the left wing boards to Dominic Kempsu, turned away by Anderson. Shots on goal favoring Brentwood 26-16. As I think a puck went off of a Father Ryan stick into the netting above the glass. No, it went off a Brentwood stick. So a Brentwood stick sent it out of play. Oh, either that or it was intentional high sticking, because they are going to drop the puck to the right of Payne Fielder inside the Brentwood zone. 11:46 to go in regulation, still 3-3. Here's Jack Schultz having the puck poked away. Owen Seeley trying to clear. Puck trickling back into the Father Ryan zone. Zane Cesaroni with it, trying to get to the front of the net. Got him a shot, stopped. Now here's Jack Schultz, a backhander, turned away by Anderson. JT Schmidt passing the puck up the far side. Alston Hester into the Brentwood zone. Puck poked away. Callahan Fielder ahead for Jack Schultz. Schultz back into the Father Ryan zone. Over on the far side. Tried to put it in front, that was broken up. Now here's Schmidt. Over to Hester. Hester past the red line into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Hester tried to sweep it to the front of the net, and Stevie Lipa's going to carry it out. Lipa Into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Lipa, one of the goal scorers for Brentwood. All 6 goals have been scored by a different player. Kyle Barber right out on the blue line. His shot, hit the leg of Essenmacher, and I think just went past the net to the right of, Anderson, the puck in front for Schultz, but he couldn't put it in. I'm sorry, it was Lucas Bowman. Puck cleared out by Father Ryan. Kyle Barberite up. Offside called against Brentwood. 10:22 to go in regulation. The game is tied at 3. Coming up next here on the Terry Chris Brink, Rink 1 in Bellevue. It's the Hein Cup losers bracket semi between Summit Page and the Outlaws. Stretch pass to Carter Middleton, went off his stick into the Brentwood zone. Stevie Lipa picks it up. Lipa back to center. Lipa now left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Puck knocked away by Ethan Webb. Lipa now trying to put it in front and was redirected up into the air by Ty Essenmacher. Gloved and held on to by Luke Anderson. 9:57 to go in regulation. Still 3-3. No, the game's at 8:25. The game after this is Summit and the Outlaws. Father Ryan win the draw, get it out of their zone. And Dominic Kamsu's pass intercepted by Joey Mignano, who then fell over, sending it back into his own, or into the Brentwood zone. And offside called against Brentwood again. Olhoffen was deep in the zone. Puck was just over the blue line. Pustici brought it back in offside. Father Ryan send the puck into the Brentwood zone. Here is Sevi McClure. Puck in the left wing corner of the Brentwood zone. Joey Mignano gets to it. Now here's Colin Sullivan. Sullivan falling over, and Aiden Pustici comes up with a puck and brings it out. Pustici now, far side of center into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing. Drops it back, held into the blue line by Kamsu. Kamsu shot in the slot, knocked down by Anderson. Puck put out in front, but missed everybody in a white sweater. Sevi McClure catches up to it at center. Father Ryan changed the line. Kamsu, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Drops it back to Pustici. Pustici. Pass across to the far side. JT Schmidt grabs it, clears, but he gives it away to Larson Schmidt, who flips it back into the Father Ryan zone. Ethan Webb with it now, holding. Tried to stretch pass up the near side. Colton Edwards, that was knocked down at the blue line by Luke Olhoffen. Now here's Aiden Pustici. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing. Fell over in the right wing corner. Austin Hester tapping it around to the far side. Kyle Barberite with it now in the left circle. Shot stopped by Anderson. Here's Austin Hester. Hester flips it through the air towards the Brentwood blue line. Swatted away by Stevie Lipa, but it's a hand pass. Knocked it down with his right hand right under the stick of Larson Schmidt. 8:04 to go in regulation. It is still 3-3. Draw is going to be to the right of Payne Fielder inside the Brentwood zone. Won by the Irish. Puck behind the net. Kyle Barberite brings it to center. Now Jack Schultz sends it back into the Father Ryan zone, but the Irish have it. They're trying to get it out. Puck on the near boards. Cleared out. Barberite. Over to Lipa. Lipa in his own zone. Ahead for Barberite at center. Barberite now right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Drops it back. Schultz. Shot over the net from the right point. Puck on the far board. Cesaroni had it taken away by Schmidt, who clears. Only as far as center. Barberite flipping it ahead, or trying to. Austin Hester now gets it back into the Brentwood zone. Hester's going to have to go to the bench for a change because the second line is out there. He's going to have to go to the bench and swap with Katie Cummings. Here is Fielder, Callahan Fielder. Lost the puck. Schultz in the slot, knocked away from him. Parker Causey tried to sweep it out. It's held in. Another clearing attempt held in by Callahan Fielder. Sends it down the wall. Puck sent around to the near side. Now here's Causey clearing it out. Hester trying to chop it ahead. Ty Essenmacher brings it back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Essenmacher. Puck is behind the net. Essenmacher pushed into the boards. Put out in front. Oh, and Schultz with a shot off the left leg pad of Anderson. Rebound picked up by Ryan Whalen, and he'll carry to center. Passes over to Causey. Causey, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Up, but lost it. Dominic Kempster now, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Holding it on the boards. Trying to go behind the net. He's got it now on the far side. Pass up, broken up with the stick of Harper Howard, who dropped his stick, but Kempster now drops it back into space. It was a behind the back backwards pass. Katie Cummings intercepts, clears. It's back in the Brentwood zone. Now Alton Worth with it at center. Passing up the far side, J.T. Schmidt. Sorry, it's Colin Sullivan, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. He got taken down. It's going to be a penalty. Dominic Kempster's going to go to the box, and that's a big name off the ice for Brentwood. So Father Ryan, I think, getting their first power play of the game. Tied at 3, 5:41 left in regulation. It's a tripping call against Kempster. Draw to the left of Fielder, won by Father Ryan. Alton Worth, right point, a shot, stopped by Fielder, and he's got it. Oh, he doesn't have it. It's behind him. Oh, and it's sent past the net. Past the right-hand side of the net by Schmidt. Puck out at center, Ethan Webb with it. Alton Worth dumps it back into the Brentwood zone. Puck in the right or left wing corner. Brentwood trying to clear, held into the left point by Ethan Webb. Hester had it taken away. Aiden Bustiti had it poked off his stick. Hester. Now J.T. Schmidt, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Past the slot. Here's Hester trying to back it in front for Edwards. He's broken up by the stick of Lipa. Edwards now on the far side. Here's Schmidt. Passing down Hester. Hester behind the net. Comes out to the left wing. Takes a shot. Stopped by Fielder. Rebound. Edwards stopped by Fielder. And then the rebound try from Schmidt was stopped and covered up by Fielder. The puck came to Edwards. He had the right-hand side of the net open, but he had to settle it down. After the power play, 4:36 to go in regulation. The game is tied at 3. Draw is to the right of Fielder. It's won by Brentwood. Luke O'Hoffman tried to clear. Ethan Webb keeps it alive at the left point. Webb with a shot. Hit the shins of Kyle Barbarite. Barbarite's going to ice the puck. Actually, it's coming towards the Father Ryan net. Steered away by Luke Anderson. Here's Aiden Bustiti now with a shot over the Father Ryan net from the right wing circle. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Irish. Alton Worth behind his own net. Sending it around to the near side, and Ethan Webb. Webb up. Ty Essenmacher jumped in front of him. Here's Bustiti now. Trying to put it in front, but Worth has it. Worth going to skate with it. Pass ahead. Oh, hit the back of the skates of Joey Mignano. Still went out to center. Colin Sullivan backhands it back into the Brentwood zone. Penalty time against the Bruins is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Larson Smith. Up, lost the puck. Colin Sullivan. Now Carter Middleton, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Tried to backhand it to the slot for Sullivan. Went through his legs. Here is Larson Smith back to center. Smith Backhanding it back into the Father Ryan zone. It's behind the net, Merrick McCullers. Setting up the far boards, but not very hard. Smith with it, put it in front for Hessemacher. Knocked away from him. Carried out by Ryan Whalen. Whalen now dumps it into the Brentwood zone. Catches up to it at the end boards. Puts it in front, knocked away by Payne Fielder with his stick. Puck now over on the far side. Oh, we're going to have a penalty against Brentwood. Another one. Or is it against Father Ryan? No, it's a tripping call against Ryan Whalen. So Brentwood getting a power play with 2:46 left in regulation and the game tied at 3. And timeout has been called, I think, by Brentwood. So we did not get a chance to do this because I was rushing to get on, but let's talk about the two teams playing in this game right now. Father Ryan, coached by Stephen Henry, lost their opening game 8-1 to Ravenwood 2 weeks ago today, but the following Wednesday, February 1st, they beat Franklin BGA 6-0, and then last Wednesday beat Pope Prep CPA GCA 4-1. So their playoff stats coming into tonight look like this. Austin Hester, the team's leading scorer with 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. He now has a point. I think he has 2 assists in this game and 1 goal. Joy Magnano and Alton Worth each with 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Colin Sullivan, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Harper Howard, JT Schmidt, Ethan Webb each with a point from a goal. Katie Cummings, Carter Middleton, Ryan Whalen, and Sam Horsley each with a point from an assist. Luke Anderson played in the 2 most recent games, the games against Franklin and Pope. Father Ryan won both those games, so his record in the postseason so far 2-0. Played the full 84 minutes. Goals against average of .5, 1 shutout. That was against Franklin. Coming into tonight, he had allowed 1 goal on 44 shots, turned away the other 43. His save percentage in the postseason coming into tonight was .980. Mason Chandler played in the game against Ravenwood, so his record 0-1, allowed 8 goals on 40 shots, turned away the other 32. His save percentage in the postseason so far is .800. As we're back underway with Father Ryan winning the draw, but Ethan Webb went to clear it out and went off one of the hands of Stevie Lipa and into the Father Ryan bench, so they're going to drop the puck at center in front of the Irish bench. Draw one to the Irish. Oh, and a one-timer, long-distance one-timer from JT Schmidt to be kicked away by Payne Fielder with a right leg pad. Here's Stevie Lipa. Carrying it back into the Father Ryan zone. Lipa to the net. A shot turned away by Anderson. Looked like it went off his left arm. Pass over to the far side. Went off an Irish stick and out of play. 88 seconds left in the power play. 2:14 to go in regulation. Still 3-3. Again, coming up next is the Hein Cup Losers Bracket semi between Summit and the Outlaws. Summit Page and the Outlaws. Draw one by Brentwood. Puck sent across the front of the net. Now Kyle Barberite, right point. Passing down the right wing, Pustizzi. Back up top, Barberite. Passing over to the left circle, Lipa. Back across Barberite Pustizzi off his stick to the boards. Pustizzi with it again. Back up top, Barberite, right point. His shot missed the net. Lipa on the far side. Passing it back over to Barberite. Under a minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Barberite. Now Pustizzi going to move out top. His slap shot stopped by Anderson. Puck out on the far boards, and pass attempt went off of Colton Edwards. And it's going to come to Ethan Webb, who slaps it down the ice towards the Brentwood net. Payne Fielder steers it away. Puck over on the near side. Here's Lipa out to center. 30 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Lipa back into the Father Ryan zone. Around the back of the net. Comes around to the right wing, passes up top, Aiden Pustizzi. Now Lipa, top of the right circle, shot, hit a body and went past the net. Final minute of regulation. Puck up in the air, coming towards the front of the net, swatted down by Ethan Webb. Here's Stevie Lipa, right point. Passing down the wall, Schmidt. Passing across to the far side, Pustizzi. Penalty time against Father Ryan is up there back at even strength. And the Irish managed to clear the puck out. And sent back into the Irish, or back into the Brentwood zone, coming towards the net. And Payne Fielder stops and covers with Austin Hester coming towards him. 34.9 seconds left in regulation. The game is tied at 3. And now Brentwood, the Irish, are calling their timeout. So let's talk about Brentwood, their playoffs. 2 weeks ago tonight with a 2-1 loss to Pope Prep CPA GCA. And then on February 1st, they beat Rutherford Rampage 8-4. Then last Wednesday beat MBA 3-0. So here were their playoff stats coming into tonight. Stevie Lipa was 6 points from 3 goals and 3 assists. Aiden Bustizzi, 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. Dominic Kamsu, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Kyle Barberite, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Larson Smith and Ty Essenmacher, each with 3 points from assists. Will Hubbard and Luke Olhoffen, each with 2 points from a goal and an assist. But again, Olhoffen scored, so these stats are old. Callahan Fielder with a point from a goal. Ryan Zarneski, Lucas Bowman, and Owen Seeley, each with a point from an assist. On to goalie play. Georgie Kachaturian played in those first 2 games. The loss to Pope and the win over Rutherford. So his record 1-1. He played 82 minutes. I think he was out in the net for the last 2 minutes of the Pope game. Goals against average of 3.07. No shutouts, allowing 6 goals on 33 shots turned away the other 27. His save percentage so far in the postseason is .820. Payne Fielder had played in 1 game. That was the NBA game, which Brentwood won. So his record 1-0. He got the shutout, turned away all 26 shots that he faced. But again, those stats are old now because this game is almost through 3 full periods. Timeout is done. Draw to the right of Payne Fielder. Game tied at 3. The Irish with their second line out there. Under 30 seconds left in the period, or in regulation now. Puck put in front. Hopped away from the stick of JT Schmidt. Actually, no, they've got their big guns out there, but Magnano's out on the ice instead of Colton Edwards. Austin Hester tried to send the puck to the front of the net. That was broken up. Here's Ethan Webb towards his own zone, passing to the far side, Alton Worth. Now JT Schmidt. Sending it back into the Brentwood zone, but here's Jack Schultz now in the Father Ryan zone. A slap shot knocked down by Anderson. He pulls in the rebound and covers with 1.4 seconds left on the clock. Draw is going to be to Anderson's right. Won by Brentwood, and a shot on goal is gloved and held on to by Anderson, and that is it for regulation. Aiden Pustizzi scoring the only goal of the third, just 7 seconds in, and this loser's bracket semifinal between Father Ryan and Brentwood is headed to overtime, tied at 3. So 3-on-3 OT for 5 minutes. Sudden death. The rest of tonight's schedule coming up in just a few minutes here on Rink 1, the Terry Chris Brink in Bellevue, the Hein Cup losers bracket semi between Summit Page and the Outlaws. 7:40 on Rink A at Centennial, the Hein Cup winners bracket final between Centennial and USNBA Nashville Christian. And then 8:25 here in Bellevue, it's the Preds Cup winners bracket final, Ravenwood taking on Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. Payne Fielder still in goal for Brentwood. Luke Anderson still in goal for Father Ryan for this overtime. Father Ryan will move the puck from my left to right, Brentwood from my right to left. Austin Hester, Alton Worth, JT Schmidt on the ice for Father Ryan as Father Ryan win the draw here. Schmidt sending it across the front of the Brentwood net. Austin Hester catches up to it, poked down the wall, Alton Worth. Stevie Lipa beats him to it. Here's Aiden Bustici trying to put it in front. Lipa scores! Bustici found Lipa going to the front of the net. And Stevie Lipa scores. And Brentwood survive. It took them just 23 seconds of the overtime to score. And the Bruins have won the losers bracket semi 4-3 in overtime. Stevie Lipa with his second goal of the game scores the game winner. Wow. What a heartbreaker for Stephen Henry, and Father Ryan jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first 5 minutes of the game. Managed to regain the lead in the second after Brentwood tied it up. But that goal by Aiden Bustici early in the third, 7 seconds into the third, proves to be the difference. And Brentwood able to get the overtime winner here and win this one 4-3. Wow, what a finish. What a finish. So Brentwood will be in the losers bracket final on Wednesday night against whoever loses between Ravenwood and Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. Heartbreaking loss for the Irish. Let me just get onto the MTSN Twitter so I can text that score or retweet that score. So the goals for Father Ryan scored by every member of their top line: Colton Edwards, Austin Hester, and JT Schmidt. The goals for Brentwood, 2 for Stevie Lipa, including the overtime winner. And the others came from Luke O'Hoffen and Aiden Bustici. Stevie Lipa is our player of the game with his 2 goals, including the overtime winner. And now let us read over the seniors. Since this is Father Ryan's last game of the season, let's read out the seniors that will be saying goodbye to this team. Now keep in mind, I've had this roster since late October. Now, Sarin Rowland, she never played for the team this year, but she's a senior. Katie Cummings, she'll be saying goodbye. That's a big loss for GNASH in terms of promotion in girls hockey and stuff like that. But they've had female players before, and they'll have female players after. But Katie's one of the top. Alton Worth graduating, that's a big loss on defense. Hayden McCoy, didn't really see much of him this year. Ryan Whalen, that's a big loss on defense. Joey Magnano, he's their captain, center of the second line. That's a big loss. Sam Horsley. Mason Chandler, one of their goaltenders, but they have Luke Anderson staying for one more year at least. Plus, they'll probably find another goalie. They probably got somebody in the JV team to bring up. Ethan Webb, that's a big loss. And JT Schmidt, that's a really big loss. But Austin Hester coming back for one more year. Like I said, Luke Anderson, Colton Edwards back for one more year. Harper Howard back for one more year. But Father Ryan are going to have some holes to fill from next year, from this year into next. Now, the other night, I'm going to do one more thing here before I get off air. The other night, the Summit-Nolensville game ended after we'd gotten off air. Nolensville lost 6-3, and that was the end of their season, so I'm going to go over their seniors real quick. Donovan Bruno, Seth Hagan, that's a really big loss. Brooks Stevenson, he was the backup goalie. Jack Edwards, big second-line loss. Mercer Borden, Russell Jankowski, that's a big loss on defense, and Nora Romano, she will also be saying goodbye. Man, what a game. What a game between Brentwood and Father Ryan. It looked like Father Ryan were about to continue knocking off the big dogs. Jumped out to a 2-0 lead within the first 5 minutes. Saw Brentwood tie it up past the halfway point of the second, regain the lead in the second, but then Aiden Pustizzi scored 7 seconds into the third, and it was tied at 3 at the end of regulation. Stevie Lipa managing to score the overtime winner, and Brentwood win this one 4-3 in overtime. So Brentwood will be playing on Wednesday night in the Predators Cup Losers Bracket Final at 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. Who will they play? Either Ravenwood or Mount Juliet Green and Lebanon, whoever loses the winners bracket final tonight. Okay, I am so sorry about the connection issues. We finally got them figured out, and we were able to bring you the entirety of the third and the 23 seconds of overtime that were played. Coming up in just a few minutes, it's coverage of the Hein Cup Losers Bracket semifinal between Summit Page and the Outlaws. Coverage getting started at 6:45. Again, the final score here in the Predators Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. In overtime, Brentwood 4, Father Ryan 3.